Hey y'all, welcome to another review of the disappointing Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 13. This is episode 6 in this franchise, and just by that intro, you can tell how I felt about this episode. Anywho, let's get started. So first we open up with Kenya and she's having a lunch about her sorry business. Next we get to Drew and her toxic husband. They're playing with her kid. And I gotta say, it feels like they're just in their own separate show right now. They need to get it together. And now we're with Cynthia and Mike, who are looking over their guest list for their wedding. So Cynthia is still having her non-COVID compliant wedding. And to her surprise, at the 250 invites that she sent out, a lot of people are confirming to come. So she was expecting less than 250, but it looks like she's gonna have 250 people at her wedding. At this point, y'all, we are at almost the 1-year anniversary of lockdown, and people still don't care. Like over the weekend, for those of you that don't know, it was like a gay pride MLK weekend in Atlanta, and I'm looking on my Instagram, and a bunch of people that I know are out clubbing. Like huge mobs of people going to see, what's this artist that everyone loves? Big Lotto, Mulatto Girl, something. It just tells me that people still have not taken this seriously. People are still going to go to their gatherings. People are going to still do what they want. I wouldn't be surprised if it's 2022 when things like get back to half normal. So one issue that's come up for Mike is he wants Dennis, Portia's, I'm guessing, ex-fiance, baby daddy. He wants him to come to the wedding, and he's not sure if Portia's gonna be cool with it. He's not sure if Dennis is gonna be cool with it, but he wants Dennis to come. And on Cynthia's side, she's having drama with her dad coming to the wedding because of a PSA that her mom did a few seasons ago on domestic violence, and that's where there was a falling out with her and her dad. So now it's like, is Cynthia's mom comfortable with her dad going to the wedding? And will her dad even want to come? So Mike has a point to me, like, Cynthia, it's your wedding day. You shouldn't be worried about who gets along with who. Let them figure out if they want to go or not. You shouldn't be stressing yourself out about it. That's just my opinion on it. Honestly, the one problem solver would be is Cynthia just has a really, really small wedding, so she doesn't have to invite all these people. And Cynthia says she wants her dad to come. I'm just like, okay, girl, then if you want your dad to come, let him come. Your mom just gonna have to deal with it. Next scene, we with Drew and her husband, and it looks like they're planning on moving and they wrapping shit. Now, ladies, I need your opinion again. Tell me in the comments, do y'all like this blonde wig? Because it was distracting to me. Especially like the closure part at the top. Like I just couldn't stop looking at it. Was that a good wig? Like, I don't know. I can't tell what's a good wig and what's not. Well, you know what? I can tell what's a good wig. But with this particular wig, I can't tell if it's a good one or not. So y'all let me know in the live chat or in the comments, did y'all think this wig was a good one? I gotta admit, her husband is really nice to look at, but he is as fine as he is toxic. So it's a disappointment. So as we would say on Pop Rose, this is a best fiends scene right now. They're going to the backyard and they're releasing balloons into the sky, the memory of her husband's father. Also, I've heard that it's bad for the environment to release balloons in the air like that, but I can't remember where I heard that from. Anywho. So next scene, we're with Candy and she's at her house. It looks like she's getting ready to shoot a promo for her upcoming grocery drive that she's doing for the community. Always great to see a housewife using their name and their platform for the greater good, so good for Candy. One thing we do know about Candy, she is cheap, but she does give back when it comes to charity. So as Candy's in the chair getting prepped, she's letting us know that she is still in pursuit of child support from Riley's dad. Now, it's still a recycled plot line, but okay, I get it. She wants Riley's dad to pay his fair share in child support, which he should. But it seems like she wasn't even worried about it until like now. But like I said, even though Candy is worth millions, it takes two people to have a child. So if Riley wants her money and she wants it now, then I'm guessing so she doesn't have to sue her own dad, Candy is doing it for her. And Riley's 18, so all he needs to do is just pay her this one-time sum, you know? Even though she could get it from her mom. What I will say though, is if Riley sued her dad instead of Candy, I think the court would be a little bit more sympathetic to Riley because Candy is super rich. I feel like Riley would be more successful to sue her dad, but then that ruins her relationship with her dad, if she still wants one. Oh, production. I love how they have like Michael Sterling, Candy's friend and lawyer, on the phone when that's clearly Eva's husband from last season. Are they that shady? Like, they're just gonna pretend like Eva don't exist? And it looks like Candy's reminding us, if you didn't recognize who she was talking to, that yes, that's Eva's husband. At least they kept in her mentioning Eva's name. Let's not just pretend that like Eva wasn't on the show. She was a terrible addition, but you know, whatever. Next scene, we are with Portia, and she's looking good. I love this hair on her, and she's meeting up with Cynthia for dinner. Can you believe, like, just a few seasons ago, these two almost got into a physical altercation? I think somebody, like, kicked somebody else in the stomach. Oof, the good old days. So as they sit down, Portia's congratulating Cynthia on her marriage and just like finding the man of her dreams. And speaking of that, Cynthia wants to tea on Dennis. And it seems like a recurring theme in each episode. Like, people are trying to wonder what is going on with Portia and Dennis. So it's funny, as Portia's about to spill the tea on it, the waitress keeps interrupting when she's about to talk. And she does it twice. And just being a waiter, you know, it's just like, you know, you're just trying to do your job, you know? You don't want to interrupt people, but you can't get the ball running if you don't have the orders in. So I take the side of the waitress, but Cynthia actually told her, I'm gonna need you to stay back there for like a little 10 minutes before you come back out again. I'm trying to get the tea. So what I'm getting from Portia's long explanation of the relationship with her and Dennis is it's complicated. She can't trust him. He gets on her fucking nerves for any little thing. So it's just like, it brings out a side of her that she doesn't recognize, and she's wondering, is this worth it? It also seems like he's staying with her too. I don't know. It's... is she in a relationship? I'm guessing it's complicated. It's complicated. So at this point in the conversation, Cynthia brings up that Mike wants to invite Dennis to the wedding. And Portia tells her that she would feel comfortable if Dennis did not come, and that's just how she feels right now. And she wants Cynthia to use her coochie credit to make sure that Mike is fine with that. And this situation just reminds me of my personal life. That's the perfect reason why, if I ever had a significant other, I want them to have their friends. I'm not going to try to like put you into my friend group. So if something does happen between us, it got to be difficult for everybody in the situation. Like, you have your friends, I have my friends, you might make some guest appearances, but you're not about to be calling my friends without me knowing. That's just how I feel. So yeah. So next scene we're with Cynthia again, and she's sitting down FaceTiming with her daughter. We see that Noelle is definitely enjoying, how can I say this? She's enjoying being the byproduct of her mother's fame. Like, she has a little bit of a following. She's an influencer now. Just looking at her, she is very LA. Very, very LA. And she's a beautiful girl. I mean, her mom is beautiful. I've seen Cynthia up close at BravoCon. She was nice as she was beautiful, so I have nothing negative to say. But it looks like Noelle is really enjoying being a kid of a housewife. Ooh, child, I wonder what Cynthia gonna talk about once this wedding is over. That's just all it is. Wedding, 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 wedding. That's all that's going on. What else is going on? Anywho, Noelle says she's coming down to visit, and she can only be down there for a little bit because she's working right now and she has a schedule and everything, child. She's making a coin, so she ain't got time to be dealing with her mom's foolishness. So next scene, we're at Candy's food drive, and the ladies are all coming in one by one to help. Wow, Tanya, always the first to arrive at these events. She was so enthusiastic to be on this show, and now she is nowhere to be found. And Portia is the first housewife to arrive, and Candy is very impressed by her being on time. And again, y'all, just 2 seasons ago, these two were at war with each other. So it is nice to see that their relationship has definitely blossomed into a friendship again. Now, why can't Candy do that with Phaedra so we can have Phaedra back on this show? I was looking at the marathons that they have on the weekend of Housewives, and Phaedra was just such a good addition. Like, Phaedra's shade is shade like no other. I really wish she was back on the show, y'all. I know some of y'all don't agree with me, but I think this show needs Phaedra back. Oh Lord, and here come Kenya, making her usual Kenya-like entrance, making it all about her. Then she throws shade at Portia for saying she's on time for this event, but not on time for hers. Kenya is such an asshole. So in her confession, she's just like, oh yeah, Portia's on time for her photo op. As if Portia is just there on time just to make herself look good. Wait. Kenya, like, this isn't even your event. Like, why are you trying to bark orders right now? Oh my gosh, she is such a narcissist. She definitely is paid to be a villain, y'all. Like, she knows exactly what she's doing. So later on, we find out through Portia that Cynthia let her know that Mike wants Dennis to come whether Portia wants him to come or not. There go Kenya again. Can we talk and work? Girl, why don't you work on that ass that you bought? Because it does not look good. And now what's even worse is he wants Dennis to come, but wants Dennis to be comfortable, so he wants to make sure that Portia doesn't bring a date. The audacity of these N-words, I tell you. Like, the only reason Dennis is a part of this group or situation is because of Portia. So we should be trying to make sure Portia, Cynthia's friend who's getting married, is comfortable. Kenya, shut up. No one cares about you. We don't care about that Mark don't love you anymore. We don't care what you're going through. Why don't you shut up and bag some groceries? And the last thing you want to hear is input from a bitch you don't like. Why is Kenya talking about this situation to Portia? She's so antagonistic. She really is. Like, if you weren't in a good place with your man, and you know that, and your friends know that, why would they still invite them to their event? And I know if the tables were turned and Kenya was in the same predicament, she would have a problem. And actually, didn't this happen to her? Y'all remind me if I'm wrong or not, but I think Nene invited somebody that Kenya didn't like to the wedding. I think it was her ex, the one with the tow trucks. Willie? I don't know. I think she invited him to the wedding and she had a problem with that. Ooh, I wish Portia would have brought that up. But I love the growth that Portia has had with dealing with Kenya because Kenya loves the push buttons. She loves to. So Cynthia finally arrives to the event and she wearing those tacky ass 50-cent earrings again. Oh, this episode is so boring, y'all. I'm trying to make it entertaining for y'all. It is so boring. So the ladies are all taking a break from the grocery drive and they decide to go over to the picnic tables to have lunch. So they're talking about donations and Marlo's like, oh, well, here you go. Speaking of that, $5,000. So nice of Marlo is just so different from when she first came on the scene. Marlo doing something charitable, like, wow. Those boys that she's taking care of must have really done a number on her personality for the better. And yeah, you know Kenya has something snide to say about it, talking about her sugar daddy or whatever. And then we get to Candy's confessional as she gives us a little blind item about how some people aren't as charitable as she thought they were. And we know she's talking about Kenya. So Drew, I totally forgot about her and her being a housewife this season because she rarely interacts with any other ladies. She talks to Cynthia on FaceTime. She's saying hey to all the ladies. I'm guessing she's quarantining because she had to go to her husband's dad's funeral, so that's why she can't be in any of these scenes right now. And here goes Kenya again with her little side snide comments, like calling her a stray again, one of Cynthia's strays. What is LaToya to you? If you're not up her ass, she thinks you're a stray. And speaking of which, she brought up LaToya's name yet again, because that's the only person who cares about LaToya on this show. She's telling the ladies, oh, well, yeah, we've been doing hard work, yada, yada, yada. We need to go somewhere. And they're trying to figure out where to go. And it looks like they've decided on going to South Carolina. Hell, it's ironic because everybody seems to be going to Atlanta for vacation because there's no restrictions there. So the next scene, we're with Cynthia and Noel. Is the rest of this episode, we got like maybe 10, 12 minutes left of this episode. Is it all dedicated to Cynthia and Noel? Please don't tell me that. I will say Noel seems way more comfortable in the camera these days. One could even say she's a little full of herself. I love Noelle and Cynthia's relationship though, I will say that. Like, she is just like her mom. But that don't mean I want to spin off Bravo. I'm just saying, like, I just love their relationship. Don't give them a show, please. So they've been driving the whole time during their conversation, and now they're at Cynthia's mom's house, where I'm pretty sure she's gonna tell her that she's thinking about inviting her dad to the wedding. Again, them with those face shields, it really doesn't do anything, but okay. You know, I was so checked out with this scene. I was like, who is that woman in that mask? Who's that other woman? And that's actually Mallory. Wow. She looks better with the mask on, and please, y'all don't take that as shade. It's just like she just has such like beautiful eyes and structure right here. Like, she just looks so pretty with that mask on. Cynthia, the only one that's gonna eat? Shoot, that is just like me. Y'all can do what y'all want to do, but I'm hungry, first and foremost. And Noelle, she's just on her phone. And you know what? Me criticizing somebody on their phone is rich. But yeah, I'm guessing that's what I look like when I'm around my friends on my phone. Yeah, y'all, like Mallory's eye makeup is killer right now. And this all black, she looks really good. And I swear to God, it's not shade. She just looks so good with that mask on. So Cynthia finally tells her mom that she's been thinking of extending an invite to her dad for the wedding. And I'm pretty sure her mom had to know that she was thinking about inviting her dad to the wedding. It's not some sort of shock. Cue the dramatic music and commercial break. The first thing Cynthia's mom says, I'll just put my mask over my eyes. And I'm just like, okay, well, it's settled. My dad's coming. That's what I would have did. But I guess the conversation has to keep going. So I'm guessing we're talking about the relationship that Cynthia and Mallory have with their dad, and how it's a little offensive to her mom because she's saying, well, okay, on Father's Day, even though she's just trying to give her dad love on Father's Day, she gave him a shout out saying, you brought me into this world, thank you for the memories. Apparently that didn't sit right with Cynthia's mom saying, well, I brought you into this world. That's actually something my mom would say, actually. And what memories you talking about? And Mallory has a point. At the end of the day, he's still their dad. And however you feel about it, I mean, that's y'all's relationship. I have my own relationship with my dad. Ooh, this is mirroring my life right now because, you know, my mom cannot stand my dad. Yes, what my dad did was some fuck nigga shit to you. I can't feel the way you feel about him, and that just is what it is. But I will respect boundaries. And that's why I do my best to try to have them separated whenever I have an event. And y'all know I won't be married anytime soon, so they don't have to worry about that. So this is interesting. Her mom regrets doing that PSA, and she's starting to blame Cynthia for putting her up to it because she didn't know I'm guessing how far it would reach or the consequences. At the end of the day, it's her truth, you know? So she shouldn't regret that, but it seems like she does. And Cynthia's saying in her confessional, like, I told her about the PSA, she knew what she was doing, it was her choice, I didn't force her to do that. And Cynthia's mom is also saying that, you know, when she did the PSA, she heard from people in Alabama, mutual family friends, that, oh, why is she lying? Why is she doing this? So that's another reason why she regrets it. So we finally get to the main idea. Do you want me to invite my dad or not? And she says, well, I don't care. And of course, you know, she does care, but it's not like she's gonna tell her, no, don't invite your dad to your wedding. Any mom wouldn't tell their child to do that. So Noelle finally gets out of her phone and decides to jump into this conversation, and she tells her mom, well, obviously grandma does not want him to come. And to her, she's only seen her grandfather maybe, you know, twice. And she said, you know who has been there for me? Grandma. So why not give grandma this one wish if she doesn't want him to come? Now, if I was Cynthia, I probably would have been like, now little girl, why don't you get back into your phone and go upstairs, or take a little drive in the car while I talk to my mom about my dad. Cynthia's relationship with her dad is clearly different from anyone else's relationship. So if she wants her dad to come to the wedding, it should be her choice. I mean, it's nice that Noelle has her grandmother's back, but still, you've been on your phone the entire duration of this conversation, and now you saying something? I think all Cynthia has to do is put them on two very different sides of the wedding. It's 250 people. It's possible. Cynthia mom just has a little smirk on her face as Noelle is speaking up for her. And it's nice, but again, this is Cynthia's decision, and she just said at the end that, okay, well, I have everything I need to know. Now, y'all let me know in the comments, did she invite her dad still? Like, because I know the wedding already happened. But yeah, that's where the episode ends. Again, another boring episode. I really have no expectations anymore. They did give us like a mid-season trailer of what's to come. I'm guessing the South Carolina trip is next, but y'all, this season is a bust, but I'm gonna keep reviewing it just because, you know, like I need something to review. Please like, comment, and subscribe as always, and I will see y'all for Salt Lake City as well as Poly Side-Eye, because y'all know the inauguration is this week. 2 more days of that fucker, and that's it. But anywho, I'll see y'all later. Bye.